There are a lot of factors why a funding round fails. Now, firstly, founders forget to look at very basic things. For instance, having investing in a
Ma'am Vandana is a versatile and a dynamic professional having 20 years of work experience in international and domestic, and along with that in a fundraising field. She is a strategic planner with a proven history of mentoring business startups and identifying new growth avenues, developing innovative strategies, and building high performance teams. Her core area is fundraising for early startups across sector and industry subvertical. Apart for this, the more introduction can be better given by the Ma'am Vandana herself. So I request Ma'am Vandana to please give a brief introduction of you and kindly elaborate about today's topic. What exactly we are going to learn from you in today.
Hi everybody, and good evening to all of you. First of all, I want to thank all of you to take out your precious time and attend this webinar. I'll introduce you to myself. I was in Singapore and Jakarta for 15 years in investment banking, and I had my own family office fund there. This is my seventh year back in India. I did some investments, then I went back to advisory. So currently I'm connected with 200 investors globally. I think we have reached almost 300 now, and we do pick up global deals. Uh, our services include fundraising, pitch deck making, financial modeling, business advisory. Please feel free to look up our website, www.convanto.com, and please feel free to have a look at my LinkedIn. I have given almost over 100 talks up till now. And today's topic is success and failures in fundraising, uh, where Shivani would be asking a few questions related to the topic. That why does a why does a investment round fail? What are the mistakes that founders make? And uh, you know uh, why is it that investments don't happen so easily for startup? What is it that they are not doing correctly that is causing this to happen? So, Shivani, would you like to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, basically, shall we start with the question, or you gonna help? You gonna frame a brief background?
So I've already shared my background. We could start with the questions, and after each question, when I answer it, we could also take questions from the audience.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, the very first question is, why does a funding round fail?
So, there are a lot of factors why a funding round fails. Now, firstly, founders forget to look at very basic things. For instance, having investing in a professional pitch deck. They think that they are capable enough to make a professional pitch deck, and they don't want to invest in it. Because of this, also a funding round fails because investors don't spend more than 90 seconds on a deck. Second thing why the investments fail is that founders tend to give their valuation to the investors way beforehand and box themselves in with a figure. When you box yourself in by giving a valuation number, you have no room to negotiate. That is again when the funding round fails. Not having an appropriate team, not having a proper operations team, a proper marketing team, having somebody as an advisor, having somebody as a CFO, not having a complementary team. This is also why a funding round fails. Uh, not having 3 founders in your company, not being registered as a private limited. These are the factors where the funding round would drastically fail. So make sure that you have these basic things in order when you start looking for a fundraise. Also, if you approach the wrong kind of investors, you've not checked the thesis of the investors, you've not checked the websites properly, you're not reaching the right kind of investment bankers to help you raise funds, who have, relationships with the investors. You're just randomly picking up and doing cold calling, and not having a look at the website as to what is the thesis and whom are you approaching. So that is also when a funding round fails. So please keep these 4 factors in the mind. Shivani, would anybody of the audience would like to ask questions related to this?
Ma'am, there is one question. What is the difference between an angel investor and a venture capitalist?
Okay, so typically angel investments happen more often at an informal level, whereas the venture capital is a proper fund which has a proper team, a proper technology team, a proper financial team, a proper due diligence team. And when they do investments, they come with a lot of resources for you. Wherein, and also a venture capitalist only takes 10 to 15% equity. Wherein an angel investor could be a Bollywood star, a singer, somebody who already has a high-end brand and wants to start investments. And basically, these are the things that an angel investor differentiates from a VC. Angel investors also take 25 to 30% of your equity shares, and they usually depends from angel investor to investor what they propose. They are more controlling than the VCs usually, and the VCs are more professional. So whenever you look for investments, make sure you're checking the background of the angel investor, that what background they are coming in from. And once you are sure of what is the kind of background they are coming from, only then go for it. Because to do a due diligence on an angel investor, what kind of money they are bringing in, whether it's clean money or no, all these things you need to figure it out. Wherein for a VC fund, everything is there on Google, everything is there on websites, on LinkedIn. So make sure these things you have checked when you look for investments.
I hope, Palak, your answer is being cleared.
Hi, Vandana. This is Rajesh. Looking at your answer in terms of checking up credentials of the investor, whether it's an angel investor or probably a VC and things like that. The experience goes by in terms of asking you a question which says that as a promoter, when you have a great idea which you think is great, okay, and you want to probably grab the first available opportunity, do you think as a promoter, do you really want to get into looking at that and doing all the due diligence and things like that?
Of course, it's very important. Even the investor does a lot of due diligence on you, Mr. Rajesh, because you don't know, it's not just the money, it's also what value the angel investor or the VC fund is adding to your firm. And, I have seen founders being bullied by angel investors, and later on they have been crying because naturally they will control you. So it's very important to do due diligence whenever, even we as investment bankers, we do a lot of due diligence before we pick up a deal. We won't pick up any random deal. Many people also do due diligence on us, whether they're connecting with the right kind of person. So in any business association, it is very important for due diligence, unless it's your relative or it's your friend or somebody from the network that you are well associated with, then it is totally different altogether as to how, is the kind of approach. Then it becomes different. But if it's somebody whom you don't know, naturally you will do the due diligence. It's about a money transaction, and it's also, they will do a lot of due diligence on you because it's their hard-earned money that they are putting into your firm.
No, thank you for this. While understanding, yes, they will do a lot of due diligence. So today, anyone who decides to even put a penny, he will probably ask you about 100 penny questions. Then he might decide to put in that 99 or probably that 1 penny.
Yeah.
Okay, but the fact remains is that as a founder, okay, you are hard up on a particular idea and you want to take that idea to go to market. Because of the time gap which is available, because the success ratio with a VC or probably an angel is probably 1:100. You probably talk to about 100 people because you still don't know the right community you want to address. How does a founder get over that idea to get to the right community?
Again, you should reach to the right kind of people. It's nobody can control you or anybody. We can only suggest you, like, this is a better way. Ultimately, it's your call that what you want to go ahead with it. And all ideas are not workable. Some ideas are workable, some are not. Have you vetted the idea by an advisor? Do you have an advisor on your board? Have you vetted the idea by a mentor that you have on your board? It all depends on that, whether your idea has been vetted on. And have you taken suggestions? Are you open to pivoting? All this depends on what exactly is the idea, etc. And the due diligence is a very, very important part of this. So my suggestion is to go for it. Rest, if it's totally your call. I mean, we have, based on experience of 20 years, also suggesting the same, Mr. Memani.
Sure, thanks. I think, education probably in India is just getting to the right spirit. Okay, 3 years ago or 5 years ago, people did not know about valuation. People did not know about multiplication and, the ideas. So thanks for your advice.
Thank you. Shivani, could we go for the next question now?
Sure, ma'am. Ma'am, next question is, how can we increase our chance of being funded?
So again, to increase your chances for funding, firstly, you need to have your pitch deck in order. If your pitch deck is not done by a professional, it is not as per market standards, then there again, you decrease your chances. Do you have a video pitch? If you don't have, make one video pitch. It is very important. It's the trending thing right now. Do you have the capacity to hire a good investment banker? Hire a very good investment banker who has the right kind of connections with the investors, who can get you the right kind of meetings with the right set of investors. Then also, is your financial model and valuation in order? Have you done all these checklists? Who is there in your team? Do you have a proper 3 to 4 co-founders, or at least minimum 2 co-founders? Is your company private limited? So these will increase your chances. And are you looking to burn the investors' money, or you're looking to multiply it? So you will only be able to increase your chances if you have also self-funded, if you have also shown that you are bootstrapping and there is some revenue that is coming. The investors look at 3 things. They look at the founder's background. They look at the technology that you are bringing. Is it disruptive enough? Is it solving a problem? And whether it will bring them also returns, and whether you will be able to grow with them also. That's when an investment takes place. So all these things you have to take into consideration.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, should one get funding from family or from friends?
So when you start in the beginning and you have just started, it is always better to take some funds from family, friends, and your network to kickstart everything. Then once you have reached a certain level, then you start reaching out to VCs. So first, try to either self fund your startup or look for family, friends, or somebody in your network. Uh, could be a high network individual in your own network whom you've not tapped and not reached out to. So you could look into that. So it all again depends from case to case. I mean, do you want to go through a VC? Do you want to go with a what do you call? Do you want to go with an angel? What is your startup? Is it a disruptive model? All that, everything is taken into consideration.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one more question. What are
Yeah.
the concrete strategies needed in order to attract investor for the proposed project we desire to be funded?
See, again, depends on right now, the in thing is, which is trending in the market is edutech, fintech, agri-tech, food tech, deep tech, anything that is related to tech, health tech. These are all the technologies that are getting investments. So first thing is that whether are you just doing something which is non-tech, then naturally it will take time. Now there is no concrete uh, concrete steps towards it, because each startup gets a different step as to how to get funded. First step is that, do you have a proper pitch deck or no? So many people think that they have a proper pitch deck, but when you review their pitch decks, it's not at all proper and up to the market standard. Do you have your things in place? Do you have the proper advisory team? Do you have a CFO? Do you have a proper investment banker who could reach out for investments for you? All these things are in order on. And whether you have a proper team, whether your startup is doing good or no, whether it's into technology field, whether you have enough revenues. So these are the different steps that will get you investments. Also, if you are just reaching out to the investors directly, please don't do cold calling. Investors don't like it. And don't reach out to investors that are not meant for your startup. So if you're a food startup, you have to look for investors that invest in food, not investors that are investing in health. So many people do that as well. So, please ensure that you are not just doing anything just for the heck of it.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, our next question is, what other option do you have in case our funding round fails?
So, firstly, you have to evaluate why did your funding round fail, and then you have to correct those things. And if your funding round fails, you correct these 3-4 things that made your funding round fail, and then try to get approach in the market for funding. And the best is to bootstrap for some time, and then again try to get yourself funded, because funding round will only fail if you have not followed the steps. If your DD has failed, and if you have tried to tamper something which is found later on, or if you've not presented your idea in the right manner, and even after getting the term sheet, somewhere you have not followed your so say for instance you have I'm going to give you an example here. It's a used case with no names attached to it. So we had a founder, and we had already shared with him what he needs to do with his DD, and he did not follow the steps correctly. Later on, he failed very badly in his DD. We told him to correct these 3-4 things in his DD, otherwise the fund guys will back out. But he did not listen to us. So his all the fund guys backed out because he did not follow the proper steps of DD. So make sure that is in order. Make sure you've taken proper advice from somebody who's knowledgeable about it, who is in the market for a long time. Many people just hire investment bankers who are not professional, and just because they are collecting mandates. So make sure you have checked their LinkedIn properly, checked their website properly, and then gone to the right kind of investment bankers who will take you to the right kind of investors.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, till yet there is no other question from the participants.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how much to aim for in our funding rounds?
So there is no exact figure as to how much you have to aim when you start raising your funding round. It again depends on case to case, and also depends on the kind of revenue you have in your company, and what is it that you're going to use the funds for. Are you going to use it for building the technology? Are you using it for marketing? Are you going to use it for salaries? Are you going to use it for something which is, for instance, many people, I have two instances when the person has taken funds and used it to buy a car, and or used it to treat cancer for his wife. So that you cannot do. That is not ethical. So it's not for burning. The money which is coming to you is somebody's hard-earned money. You need to honor it and see how you can multiply it and not just completely burn it. So the first raise, there is no figure as such. Again, depends on, you have to show your business plan to somebody and whether it is doable or no. Based on that, they'll suggest you, look, you can go for this much amount.
Ma'am, based on that, there is one question. How else do we can hope an investor will help beyond money?
All the VC funds in India or in abroad, they are really, really professional people. They come in with a lot of value add. They come with a marketing team. They come in with a technology team. They come in with their network also they open for business purposes. So basically the investors, all the VCs are helping you already beyond a lot of things. If an investor who has already invested in your company sees that you have you're failing or you're falling backward somewhere, they'll hold your back and they'll push you forward so that you can succeed. So no investor will just leave you like that once they have invested. They come with a lot of value. I'm not sure how much value add will an angel investor add to you. That again depends. There are some singers that bring in a lot of value as an angel investors. There are some really good angel investors, but are they in your connection? I mean, or you're just picking up any investor as an angel investor. So all that you have to research. My suggestion is always go for VC. They are very professional. They are highly educated people. They are not at all monsters, and they come in with a lot of value add. So if you really go for a VC, they'll really help you. There are really good VCs out there in India.
Okay, Vandana, Rajesh here again. Just wanted to check, okay, you've done the initial, bootstrapping, got your relatives put in that, you've managed to raise the first 10 lakhs, but your projects are much big. What is the kind of time frame do you think it actually takes for you to, pitch and get to talking to people and get to actually seeing the money in the bank?
So I'll tell you an approximate thing, what happens. So in my firm, if you reach out to me to make a pitch deck, we take approximately 8 days to finish a pitch deck, and sometimes we finish it before time. If you if you want us to do the financial modeling and valuations, then that takes another 3 or 4 days. Post that, we guide you as to the next steps, as to what you can present and what story we need to present, how we need to attach the pitch deck, etc., to the email, and then we start approaching the investors. It takes about 2 months to get you a term sheet, 2 weeks for DD, and 2 weeks for the fund hitting your account. If the case is really good, sometimes it closes in 15 days. So the turnaround time is approximately this much. Unless, like the used case, like I gave you an example, is you are not following the fund guys or the investment bankers who are telling you to fix up your DD and present those documents that you need to present.
So you're saying average about anything from around 60 days to 90 days it probably would take for
Yeah.
you to,
For our firm takes this much time. I don't know about the others.
What is the kind of, commercial terminology that your firm works? Is it on a project basis, a costing as to how much of money you need? That is where the professional fee depends, or how does it work?
Mr. Mimani, we don't discuss commercials on a webinar.
No,
It
I'm
depends
not
from
talking about
case to case. What is the case? We discuss it as per case to case. We don't discuss commercials on an open webinar.
No, I'm not talking. Okay, sorry. I think probably I put it wrong.
Yeah.
But the idea is to come back, because you came back and said that, a lot of funders do not know how to hire or probably get the right professional help to do that and things like that. So as a, a founder, my biggest question is, does it cost a lot of money to probably get to that, or what is it?
Don't know, depends on what your case is. Offline, you could mail me your case. I would study it and get back to you, or you could reach me out on LinkedIn. Again, depends what is your startup, what are you building.
Sure. I think that's fair enough. Thanks.
Ma'am, there is one question, I guess, from Mr. Saurabh. Saurabh, please tell your question.
Hi, ma'am. This is Dr. Saurabh here.
Yeah.
We are working on a social media startup. Something unique is like the difference from the normal social media applications. We have a team, okay, and I have worked with some professional where they have completed my pitch deck as well as financial analysis and market research. Ma'am, how to come to know? They have given some certain amount, that this amount is required for development and for the complete to give it in the market. Okay, we are working on MVP also. Okay, that will be for by bootstrapping from the funding from local and our teams. Okay, so my question is that how I come to know that this is a social media which I'm working, where I have to go, where I have to approach, and I have a pitch deck and financial analysis and market research. How I come to know that these all documents are up to the market and up to the professional which is required by the which they VC are looking for that much, and this is professional, properly made way. Because I don't have an idea. I have a pitch deck, but it is up to the mark, or it is very much perfect, which the VC are looking for that one. So that if I approach them, so anyone can. This is a good, and if you otherwise you have to rectify this one things, and you can then you have to approach. And second things, I have need such certain amount, like this is a 3 or 4 share, whatever amount is this one. How I come to know that this amount is perfect, and what is you have to asking for the initial amount. Suppose if you're having asking for 5 lakhs, 5 CR, whatever things, and BC I agree for the 3 to 4 CR. So how I come to know that this is equity I have to give, or what? How can I come to know, come to table for the negotiation? This is my questions. I think it is. I have so many questions out there.
No, don't worry. It's okay to have these questions. Firstly, Saurabh, I think there's a lot of questions. You need to send me your information offline. Then I will guide you as to what are the steps towards it. And do you have any advisors on board with you? Do you have a CFO in your company?
Ma'am, we have CFO. we don't have an advisor on board, ma'am, but we have a
Yeah.
development team, we have marketing team, and we have finance team also is there.
Do you have a mentor?
No, ma'am, we don't have a mentor.
Yeah. So what you do
So we
is,
need a mentor also, which is
yeah,
quite. There's so many questions are there because at the same moment we are working on MVP also. We are working on ideas and we have discussing with our teams, others, and we have done lot of research from our our side. Okay, and we go through the certain professionals, which are making a pitch deck and financial analysis and market research. They have done the research from their hand also. Okay, and they're given the document. Certain documents are there, which include pitch deck, financial analysis, and market research. So, but I don't know that this is okay, and we need more that one. This is or more required this one.
what
And
you
we are
can
working
do
on
is,
social media applications, which is I think
yeah.
social media tech. Something different
So
is this one.
you could write an email to me. I'll just share my email ID on the chat box, and
Okay.
then I would give you a time on my calendar, and then I could discuss this in detail because yours is a special and unique case that we would need to discuss
Yeah, you
about.
have to address the you. This is a case. Yeah, please.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
very good, man.
I've shared my this thing, and I've shared my
Yeah,
website address. You could reach
yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sure, man. Thank you so
No
much.
worries, no worries.
Any other question from any other participant?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hi Hardik.
Ma'am, actually, I'm in the class 12th. I will first clarify for my background. Literally, I want to start a technology startup in the fashion industry. I have a little bit idea about the technology as an IP student, but I have not much a team or have a sign of back so that I can develop an AI. But in the fashion industry, it is all about the performance of the app and our experience with our team. If I started at this age with a little bit knowledge, I will damn fail. That I am confirmed. I have a certain amount of question like how can I do my idea validation? How can I do a perfect mentor for my idea for my industry? How can do a venture? I can do a starting of funding and a pitch deck. Should I do the bootstrap or do a pre-seed funding for many type of the startup round in it and universities happen at Delhi and outside of Delhi's? What type of way I can should start? Like I have little many questions too. Please take a
Okay.
look here, ma'am.
Firstly, you please understand that failure is the stepping stone to greatness. So even if you fail
I have
several
already
times,
failed one startup at my
yeah,
own step in 11th home. So
no worry, you will learn from that. And
yeah.
there are many colleges where I go there as a judge to judge the different business plans. So approach these kind of competitions where you could actually get a good feedback, and while competing with these other youngsters of your age, you would understand that where you stand. Then, if you have not made a business plan, make a business plan, send it to me. I will evaluate and give you my feedback as to what you can do next.
Sure, ma'am. I will definitely mail you a small pitch as an informal. But ma'am, I have a major question. Like I have little bit knowledge about the technology that I can use, but I am not a perfect technician or a perfect software engineer that
Yeah,
can develop that kind of artificial intelligence techniques.
yeah. So you would need to hire a CTO in your company
Yeah,
who's knowledgeable about that.
yeah. But I'm not in that much position. In the, like I have to do a management course after my 12th. But I don't have little bit like I can ask my parents for the funding at time before hiring a CEO that kind of 1 or 2 lakh rupees per month salary.
So
So
focus on your studies first. Finish your studies properly. Start working in a job. Earn some money. Do some saving. Then start investing in your startup.
I think it will be a long procedure.
Yeah, but you're too young right now, having no money and just having an idea, and you have not vetted the idea. So naturally, you'll have to go stepwise, right?
The pre-plan that I am already made, like in the college one, like in the back 2 years, we have a DTU in the affair. Like I have attended 1 or 2 this type of the competition you have said. But
Yes.
I have sometimes have been selected, sometimes have been rejected. Like I have already selected in the 11th one I've started, and I 2-3 1 have been selected to the final round. But in the final round, due to some not exact valuation, what type of valuation should I do? I don't have any revenue plan, so that I can fail down. But I have literally
Yeah, so first you need to finish your studies, Hardik. It's very, very important to finish your graduation first. You keep participating in these kind of competitions that will give you an idea as to what to do next. Right now, neither you have self-fund, neither you have vetted your idea, neither you have any investor who can invest in. So isn't it better to focus on your studies for some time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Ma'am, shall we move forward?
Yeah.
Ma'am, next question is what happens after a funding round succeeds?
So, so after a funding round succeeds, you cannot utilize the funds by your own will. Of course, you have to make the decision as to what you are using the funds for with the investors' help. So after the funding round succeeds, after the fund hits your account, you have to start utilizing it in the right manner for your marketing team, for your technology team. What is it that you had asked the funds for? And whenever you want to spend that money, you have to ask the investor as to whether you are making the right decision of spending it and whether you need to invest that much in marketing or technology. So always take your investors' advice, because at the end of the day, we don't have to burn the money, we have to multiply it. So, and then once the fund is in your account, you are ready to move forward. You have all the technology support, the marketing support. You need to bootstrap your company further and grow it further. And you have to actually show that you are utilizing the money in the right manner and not just burning it. So that will be the next steps.
Ma'am, no question from right now. Ma'am, what investors should be looking for in great CEOs for long-term investment?
So I'll tell you what the investor looks into a CEO. Firstly, the investor does see if the CEO is humble enough or not. Humble doesn't mean being submissive. Many people misunderstand. Being humble means being grounded. And whether you are ready to listen to the investor to pivot your idea whenever necessary, you need to pivot. Whether the CEO has the drive within to run the company, whether the CEO is able to manage the team in the right manner, whether the CEO is calm and composed and not super duper hyper and just reacting at everything and being impulsive, and whether the CEO is wisely spending the investors' money. So, and of course, what is the educational background? Investors do look at the background of the founders. So make sure that all these things you have a checklist on.
Cleared, ma'am. Ma'am, what are the tips to be a successful entrepreneur and the pitfalls to avoid?
Okay. So firstly, to be a successful entrepreneur, you need to have perseverance, patience, and consistency. You cannot keep jumping from one idea to another idea, to one startup to another startup, and have too many focus areas. And I would also request all of you that when you are looking for the fundraise, you have to follow the steps, if possible, the ones that I gave you. And to be successful, be humble, be grounded, be positive. Do read the book Power of the Subconscious Mind. It will keep you centered. If you are centered in the mind, you can make good decisions. And first thing is that one needs to be really, really positive. there will be a lot of situations that make us negative, but it is up to us how we make ourselves positive. A healthy mind will also give you a healthy body. Right now, we are all in this pandemic. Many of your near and dear ones could be suffering from this COVID second wave. So keep your mind healthy, do yoga regularly, do your pranayams regularly, eat the right kind of food, get enough sleep, read good books, read good articles on Forbes, come to these kind of webinars to learn a lot, and then I think you would definitely become a successful entrepreneur. And you must have the drive and passion towards what you are doing, and whether you must have that belief in yourself, that whether you are going to succeed or not. If you don't believe in yourself and don't have faith in yourself, then nobody else will have faith in you as well.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, if I do not get angel investment, will my business be able to survive?
See, I don't know what is your startup into and what is it that you're facing right now. You could mail me your this thing. I could suggest you the next steps, but definitely if your idea is doable, you will get angel investments. It might slow down because of the pandemic, but it's not that you will not get. And if you're not getting investments right now, focus on bootstrapping your company. Start bootstrapping as much as you can. Once you have enough revenues, automatically you will get funded. Try to bootstrap, as say, for instance, if you are running a bakery shop and or you are baking cakes and selling on Zomato, for instance, then make sure that you are bootstrapping it. What quality cakes you are making, whether it is hygienic, or what are the have there any special ingredients which is nutrition value to any of your customers who are consuming those cakes. So all these things, I'm just giving you an hypothetical example. Please don't take it literally. So it all depends on what kind of startup you have.
Noted. Ma'am, there is one question from Palak. Can you please suggest some books for entrepreneurs?
So firstly, I would really suggest all of you to read the book Power of the Subconscious Mind. That will firstly make you centered and positive enough. That is one thing. You can read the book also Rich Dad, Poor, something like that. There is another book like that. And read articles on Forbes. So I personally read a lot of articles on Forbes, Business World. I go to a lot of webinars where I give a lot of talks. I also attend a lot of webinars where I learn myself. So make this pandemic, into a useful thing for learning. Do some self-learning and, make a proper routine. Even if you are at home, working from home, make sure you have a proper routine and you're having enough water and enough sleep on time. So all these things will help you really, stay positive, stay healthy. That's really important. And, do these 3-4 exercises. There are lots of good articles. Read the Economic Times daily, read Financial Express daily. This is what I do also. This will help you read the news about startups and investments. Don't see a lot of negative stuff and read negative stuff and start posting to each other on WhatsApp. That creates a lot of negativity. It's good to have the knowledge, but if you're not sure that that is the correct information you're getting about COVID, don't just pass it here, there, and create more havoc. Just do something productive. If you don't understand what's happening, just do something else. Read something else about your startup, how you want to grow. Focus on yourself.
That's it. Ma'am, there is question how to register to get a fund for business startup for women. Tell me the websites.
There is no particular website where women entrepreneurs only get favored like that. There are a lot of women investors. There are a lot of women accelerators that help, women. There is one in Pune, Incubate, that is a women accelerator. There's one in UAE, Vitality, that only supports women. But these are all accelerators. So, I mean, there's nobody like would favor women entrepreneurs like that. You have to first get your idea vetted. You have to first, show your idea to somebody. Once you take proper steps to it, just because you're a woman, you might not get investments. Don't take it like that.
Ma'am, there is one question how much mentors charge?
Depends from mentor to mentor. I mean, depends which mentor you are reaching out to. Everybody has their own charges, and I mean, there's no like a standard charge for it or anything, but approximation is there. Any good mentor will charge you between 25 to 30,000 for 5 to 6 sessions.
That's it, ma'am. Dear participants, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and can directly ask to ma'am.
Hi, ma'am. This
Hi.
is Dr. Saurabh. I've dropped your mail, ma'am, in your mail ID given. So please
Okay.
kindly go through that and update me. Thank
Okay, I'll check it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, what are the ways of the idea validation?
Hardik, I'm not going to answer your questions again and again. We already spoke. You're just in 12th grade. Relax. Yeah, Shivani can share the recording. Shivani, you could
Yes, ma'am.
put the YouTube link or something
Yes, ma'am.
on LinkedIn and then share it with everybody. I'm sure there will be a YouTube link later on.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
That's it, ma'am. I guess there is no other question from the participant side.
Okay, so I really want to thank all of you for coming here and giving me your precious time and sharing so many things with me. I did learn a lot from you guys, and do stay safe and stay in touch, and hope you all enjoyed the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can I take your leave now?
Sure,
Shivani?
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.